Hello and welcome to another one podcast.
We have a Patreon. It's one of the best Patreons in the game.
By best, it's more of us.
Hundreds of hours of content. There's specials on there.
Three
specials. 2 live shows. It's one of the best Patreons around. You won't regret it. Sign up. £3 a month. That's all it fucking is.
I can't promise you it's one of the best or the most valuable, but if you enjoy us,
I think it is.
It's the only way to guarantee this carries on.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So
Genuinely.
It's up to you. Would you like this podcast to carry on? If the answer to that question is yes, then why not part with 75p a week by signing up to our Patreon?
Patreon.com/another one podcast. Sign up to it. You don't even have to enjoy the content that's on there.
You don't even have to watch it.
No.
Just
sign up.
75p a week,
yeah,
so that you get your public episode every week, guaranteed. Because if it drops below a certain level, it will stop.
75p a week.
The minute this costs us money again, it's gone.
Yeah, and it's
barely even.
So, please,
for the love of God,
yeah, please. Now it's beyond a joke. Now there's only one podcast that needs the money, and that's ours. We're absolutely brassic, and we've got the most outgoings, like dependents.
Another one.
Hello everyone, welcome to episode 168 of Another One podcast with me, Simon Wozniak.
170.
And joining me is co-host Rob Thomas.
What's happening?
And joining us, we've got a returning guest, hat-trick, more than that.
I'm on my fifth.
Fifth.
I actually might have been on it more than anyone.
Fifth time with his.
I've done it about 20 odd times.
Yeah.
Is that Trilby?
Yeah,
Straw
I'm not
Trilby
sure what it is. He's very dressed up.
Yeah, I thought
he's looking good. It's Adam Hughes, ladies and gents. And before we crack on, debutante, first time, Crissy Rock.
Hello.
There you go.
Crissy Rock on.
This your first podcast ever, or have you done a couple of them?
No, I've done the Godcast and I've done the Good, the Bad and the Ugly. And I'm hoping to set one up for myself.
Ooh, you could steal Rob's audience. Was he thunder?
I couldn't.
There's plenty of space.
No, plenty of space.
You say that in the Scouse podcast where
that's just you.
I'm only allowed on one, and it's this one.
Thursday night he was doing my fucking head in.
Oh, here we go.
She's pissed.
Oh,
so after the show, you got off in the after show. The rest of us all went to the whiskey bar in hot water.
Yeah.
I think he's just sitting next to me and Mia. He's a cunt. They won't let me on. I'm better than him. He's a fucking not better than him.
I was better or worse.
I'm sober. I'm trying my best. Just like, hey, everyone he's talking about to be mate as well. He's probably also his mate if he wasn't being horrible to them every 5 seconds.
I'm just a bad drunk, Crissy. Do you know what I mean?
Well, the moral of the story is don't drink.
Exactly, and I think that's a message that we should broadcast to everyone. Don't drink because you'll end up with a moustache like mine. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is what happens. Like, it wasn't my fault, Rob. I was out with my mate a case, yeah, and she just got broken up with or something. So then I ended up absolutely trolleyed, and she went, Crissy Rock's on her hot water, so it turns up to watch you, and now you're here. So if anything, it all worked out full circle. Thank you very much, Adam. You're a legend. Thank you. You know what I mean? So piss off. Do you know what I mean, Roberto? So he went to a posh school, and we went to the same primary school, so there's a bit of bitterness and resentment in my heart towards this man.
The way our life went.
Yeah.
Well.
Like sliding doors.
I was absolutely amazed with the hot water.
So that your second time there? You did a solo show there?
I've done a solo show there, but I've never... You see, because I do social clubs and theatres, I don't really...
Look at you throwing theatres in there.
Yeah.
Social clubs and theatres, I'll have you know.
Thespian.
I mean, to us, you're a lot of called.
Some of them are community centres.
You're not a called work and men's club comedians, that's what we call you.
I'm a work and men's club. So I was amazed because normally, sometimes the old school of going into work and men's clubs is go, have you got a dressing room? Just past the toilet there, love, on corner. Yeah. And you're sitting there with the little Henry, half a dozen mop buckets, brushes,
it's still like that now.
Yeah.
Have you got a bit? No, one in toilet. So to go into a place where they're really lovely, the staff, all of the staff are lovely, and they treat you good. Do you know what I mean? They treat you with respect.
Yeah.
You haven't gone in demanding it. You know, you just think, oh, aren't they lovely?
Yeah.
They've done a really good job with the club, haven't they?
I know they have done amazing. The club is absolutely fantastic. But I was in awe of sitting there watching all the other comics, because I don't get a chance to see other comics.
Like, if you're doing solo shows, like a lot of the time in like the more working men's club setting, it is you and then just some knobhead, the fucking fella who owns the boozer nose or whatever, just going, oh, it's Crissy Rock, you know what I mean? That's
your usual booking is what then, sort of 30, 40 minutes on with
an hour.
On with like a cabaret thing, or just
an hour, yeah. So there's a singer, bingo, and me. And
is there a curry usually involved as well?
I know, pie and peas.
Yeah.
Get it on the board.
And if your name's in chalk outside and it starts raining, you think, is this the club I'm actually in? So I've really enjoyed being there.
Yeah.
So, and Tony had me hysterical. I was trying to go to sleep, and every time I went to go to sleep, no, not in the green room, when I went home, I just kept thinking of this one joke he said, and I just sat up laughing. Where he said his fear is being
sexually trafficked.
I never laughed. God forgive me, I was laughing my head off.
She was on with Tony on Thursday. You know?
Yeah.
So,
shout out Tony.
Yeah, shout out Tony Carroll. Something happened after Danny had to get off anyway, so Tony brought her on. Just walks on and goes, I love fat cunts, mate.
Fat men.
Yeah, I know. I added the C word. Like,
and then when I looked, the light flashed, and I looked, and I couldn't see him, and I thought, has he gone to Weight Watchers? But he is lovely, like.
Yeah.
So were you doing a club night there? There was 3 acts and a...
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
So you did your solo show and then you jumped on at the club night as well?
No, I'd done the solo show a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I talk about my life, and then I talk about, they have a break, and then I do my comedy
So,
for an hour.
Okay.
in the solo, so what happened to get... Did Paul just say to you, do you want to come and do the weekend?
Jack
so, do you know
Woodhouse.
Jack Ryan Woodhouse? So Jack Ryan Woodhouse started with me. He's like now here, so
I know Jack.
Yeah, so he acts as Crissy's agent. So he's messaged Paul. Crissy wants to do the club, and obviously he's gave her a Thursday trial spot. But essentially, that's what the Thursday is, isn't it?
What do you mean, even a Thursday trial spot?
No, so obviously she's done the Thursday, so I'm just being facetious.
You couldn't
And,
get in?
Yeah, it was rammed,
full.
absolutely rammed, because you went viral beforehand. He's proper promoed that, you know. He smashed the promo, Paul.
What, Thursday was full in the big room?
He's being facetious. What do you mean? Because she did Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the whole weekend.
I know she did. I told you I was being facetious earlier when I said trial fucking... Oh, Rob. You're too slow, lad.
I'm not. I'm just making sure Simon's on board, that's all.
Don't try and blame me.
To be fair, I actually do agree. You just nod along, don't you, half the time?
I have to.
You're just a plod in the compass.
I have to, mate.
But the thing is, I wrote a book years ago, From Bedlam to Benidorm, and everyone went, oh my God. And so they asked me...
Where's that available now?
It's on Amazon, I think. I'm not sure. I don't get any royalties for it. Like, probably on eBay, 10 pence.
I'll probably find her on the YMCA book thing for free.
The thing is, I just talked about my life, and I didn't know whether it would go down well. So I done 4 to dip my toe in the water.
Yeah, still on Amazon, $7.85. There you go.
$7.85. Might buy one later.
I never had a penny for it.
Never got a penny.
No wonder I got the taxi.
And, so I done it to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I am a patron for Mental Health Charter.
Yeah.
And I do a lot for mental health. And I do a lot for men's mental health. Because men don't talk about the problems. Women will go, you know, but men don't.
We're a big advert for not talking, though, to be fair.
No, but men don't talk about the problems, do you know what I mean? And I say at the end of my act, you know, all jokes aside, this is for men. Whether you're black, white, gay, straight, a smackhead, a pisshead, a knobhead.
Yeah. I got in there with the smackhead and pisshead. Get in, thanks for that.
You're someone's son.
You're
someone's father. You're someone's brother.
Yeah.
And then learn to talk, because if you keep it here, it will go to there, and that's the danger. You know what I mean? And 90% of the people who we can't say take their lives, we say unlive themselves.
Yeah.
Because you can't say the S word, you know what I mean?
Well, that's taboo now. I heard that in another podcast. Apparently, that's taboo.
Yeah, you'd have to say unlive.
Why is that?
Because I don't know
Because
why.
it's a crime. So it
Yeah,
attaches
it's a crime.
It's
Is it?
It's classed
Yeah,
as a sin and biblical.
Yeah.
Because suicide one is a sin and is a crime in the UK. It attaches a blame and then it also attaches.
So what's the punishment for it?
Death.
But so
What are you saying? That is in you know?
It's the death penalty, innit?
So if you come back, you've got you
You're
get
dead again,
you
yeah.
get killed again.
And well, obviously, if you
Hey, that happened to that. I don't know if this is true or not. I think I've said this on this podcast before in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
You know that there's the place called the Last Drop or something where you usually go and have your last drink before you get hung. And I'm sure this woman was getting hung. She got hung, but then as they were carting her off, she sat up.
Yeah.
And the punishment wasn't death; it was hanging or something. So I think she got away with it.
Right, because she's already done.
They hung her.
Yeah,
but
well,
she survived. I think.
So that happened to someone. That happened to someone in America who
I don't know if it's true or not.
got the
though.
death penalty,
don't know.
died and came back to life and said, "Well, I've done my thing," you know.
I love where words come from, where they say...
Yeah.
Ooh,
I'm on the-
etymology.
No, I don't know what that means.
That's the word for where words come
I
from.
love where words come from.
I've got a book for you at home.
I'll bring it in.
The etymological. It's great.
Where's
when
the
they say I'm
etymology
on
of
the
etymology?
wagon, they say I'm on the wagon.
Yeah.
Well, that was because when you were going to the gallows,
Yeah.
people used to pass them food, relatives, and there was poison in it. So they wouldn't get into the gallows. So they said, now, once you're on the wagon, you can't have nothing. And that's where on the wagon
Oh, is it?
came from, yeah.
That's interesting.
And Botox comes from poisoned sausages.
Wow.
Botox is a very small form of a poison.
Right.
It causes botulism.
Right, makes you swell.
Yeah.
And then the word posh comes from port out, starboard home. So if you were ever rich, you travel posh. And they go, oh, you're travelling posh? Yes, port out, starboard home. So, because posh people never got sunburned, they always had
Port
Port out is in to the destination.
port out, starboard home. So I'm travelling
So you're from Southport, you'd be on like the front, and because I'm from Bootle, I'd be in the back.
Well,
So
we'd be
like,
down, we'd be in the
yeah,
bottom.
I'd have been a stowaway.
What
But
part of Liverpool are you from?
Parliament Street.
Oh, right.
Police, yeah.
Oh, okay. So what?
Just to let you know, Crissy, this isn't like an interview. This is like a conversational.
Oh, yeah.
podcast. So if it does feel like we're butting in, then we're not.
No, don't worry.
We're not being ignorant.
When he says we feel like butting in, he's butting in.
I will butt in, yeah, probably, yeah.
Yeah.
he'll butt in with
Adam's
bollocky
gonna- Adam's
information.
gonna
I
butt in as
certainly
well.
will. I'm a loud knobhead. That's what
If
I am.
anyone can butt in as well as him, it's him.
We're both
He's
from
a good,
Bootle,
solid
see,
butter,
so we're
innit?
We're very our people, we're very scummy.
No, don't say that.
Down to earth. I'll go with that salt of the earth in the in the posh way. And that's what we do, and we just butt in with our
Just butt
Scouse
in,
vernacular. And then he just sits there and
Our
looks
desperate
disappointed.
need to prove we're smarter than other people.
Yeah.
You're looking
We've
smart
got an
today, though.
education. What?
You're looking quite
I
smart.
always look smart, baby.
You're looking...
You have dressed yourself up for Crissy, haven't you?
I have dressed myself up for Crissy. Got a moustache and everything.
It is nice. It's nice
Well,
to see.
I've actually been on Mastermind twice, and I'm thick as a plank. I couldn't read or write till I was in my late 20s.
Wow.
Really?
Honestly,
that's great,
and I was-
and you've wrote a book?
I've wrote 3.
3 books?
Yeah.
That's.
I think you've not seen any of them because you've not sold any.
Hold on. Did you get anything from the other 2? Should we plug them as well? Or do you get fuck all
I've
from
got
them?
money when it first
Yeah,
came out,
yeah.
but it's over
Yeah,
10
yeah.
years
Because when you
old now.
write a book, if I'm
There's no
right,
money in
don't you
books
get
no more.
don't you get an advance don't you?
Yeah.
Like from a
I didn't.
publisher.
No,
Fuck
I
it, huh?
didn't.
Oh, feel sorry for you.
Don't worry, it doesn't bother me. If the book helps someone, that's okay.
Oh, you're lovely, you aren't you?
Because when I come on the stage, there's old pictures
Put a cig in it, I'm
of
sorry,
me
Lorraine.
flashing on and off. And
Yeah.
then at the end, a man's voice says, if you want to die, can you cut yourself up and not a cross? And I go, what the fuck did he just say then? And I said, I don't want to die because I was a self-harmer for 17 years. And it's to make people, not to make people, to explain to people who don't understand self-harming why you self-harm, because it's a comfort and it suits you. And
it's control, isn't well, I'm saying that with
it is. You're in control
of
where your pain is. Yeah. And then I stopped that. Well, it took me 17 years to stop it. And I stopped it for the simple reason is the person who messed my life up, messed my head up, was my grandfather, because he sexually abused me and my brother. Right. And I eventually thought to myself, I'm still cutting myself, and he's dead.
Yeah.
And the only one who's hurt me now was me.
Yeah.
So I just had this rant for about 3 days in the house on my own, with him arguing up there.
Yeah.
And I decided to forgive him, because by forgiving him, I forgive me.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was the start of me getting myself together.
Yeah, forgiving him isn't for him, it was for release you sort of thing, yeah.
It's like because personal growth with that as well. That's lovely. That so like obviously when if you're like depressed and you're down, you can't. You feel nothing as well. You feel nothing.
Was all this while you were doing comedy?
No, I ended up doing comedy. Yeah, this is when I was a kid.
Yeah. So when did you start comedy?
We were in the pub one day years and years ago, and there was a beer mat, and it said "Pub Comedian of the Year, Greenall Whitley's." Yeah. And our Janet went, "You want to go in there?" I said, "Shut up." She said, "No, Crissy, you're dead funny." But you know when you don't realise you're funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Because to me, I'm just being me.
Yeah.
And
I was the.
She turned round and said,
"Just a fat belly."
That
no, I was always trying to be funny. My thing, I was always trying to be funny. Me. So I used to go home and review how well I'd perform with my mates.
Oh yeah. You used to what?
Honestly, I used to go home and I'd be lying in bed at night going out.
Full on notepads, like not notepad. Did that go down well with the boys in the jawbone?
Not notepads, but like I'd be lying in bed thinking, "Oh, I was dead funny tonight, mate. It was dead funny the way I did this." Or when I said that to him, that was dead funny. I was obsessed, me. I wasn't one of them people who didn't realise they were funny. Like
I didn't. And our Janet went to me, "Crissy, you want to go into that?" And I said, "Oh, shut up." She said, "You should be on the stage." You went to freaking London stage. But because I couldn't read or write, and I wasn't looking like Farrah Fawcett Majors, you know what I mean? And I was like a bit, I was like a log. And
a log?
All my mates had tits and a waist and hips, and I was just like a log.
A Yule log, proper Christmassy. And
I didn't realise. And I went in, and I come running up to Pub Comedian of the Year out of 30,000 men. Sean Styles won, and Gary Skyner and me become like, and then I got, I had to learn my trade. You can't buy your trade; you've got to learn it. Yeah. And then I done raising money for guide dogs, raising money for charities, headstones.
So what did the circuit look like then? So say you've done that competition. So when we start. There was a real open mic circuit that you knew how to progress from and stuff like that. Was there anything like that?
No, there was no open mic.
It was just
you had to go and get. You went to like talent nights.
Yeah.
And then someone would see you and then throw you in a club. You know what I mean? I done Wigan once, and I thought, "Oh my God, have you got a back way out?" I was thinking of changing my name to Lazarus. And he went, "No, love, they loved you. And if they didn't like you, they'd have got off." I went, "Oh, thanks God."
You find that a lot in Wigan now, in the working men's clubs, because I started on working men's clubs.
Knocking.
It was just that's like so. Like all my first page work was on the working men's circuit, because obviously I was a knobhead, so like I couldn't get in with our circuit. So I went basically back 40 years and started doing working men's clubs, and it was a much more fun experience for me. Like if you're in a club, you've got like a proper I got also you get like a proper pro mic. It's all fucking bedded in sound systems. Like in a random boozer in Wigan, like for Jimmy O'Neill at the time,
next
40 people.
Machine.
Yeah, next to a fruit machine, but you're on a stage in like a working men's club, and they're just all sat on tables, and there's no space in between.
They have committees there. Some of them are ruthless.
Yeah, and you bully the living shit.
There was a group on once, and the fella said, "You're that bad. I'm not paying you, and I'm thinking of charging you for the fucking electric that you've used on the stage."
It's fucking crazy. I've had glasses thrown at my head in them venues. I've watched Jimmy O'Neill spear someone off a chair because he was on stage. and he was doing we were in Lee, and he introduced him to do like he's called the Wigan Joker, so I introduced him on as the Wigan Joker, and some fella went, "Oh, you dirty pie, and come," and he just speared this fella off a chair, and then went back and done his act and got loads of laughs. It was dead good. And the first working man's club had done, I went on and I had to follow a midget. There was a racist midget, and it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. I don't know his name, but it was this dwarf, an old dwarf. And he went on stage and he was like proper, like 30 years before he'd been Oompa, you know what I mean? Like full on. Like he'd have had a job on that in film, he was unbelievable. But he went on, he was a racist dwarf. I've never seen an audience laugh more. Like you're a brilliant comic, and so's Rob, and obviously yourself, seen you in multiple venues. And I've never seen anyone do better than this racist dwarf. It was unbelievable. You're watching a little fella just saying like horrible words. It was fucking brilliant, man.
Oh, wow.
I had a great time, yeah. And that's it. That circuit, it's obviously like our circuit's now more established, but it's boss. Have you done all 9 clubs?
I've done them.
You have to dip your toe in.
Yeah, as a under the umbrella of like a club night, not like that.
Yeah. So it's like an alternative.
It's like 3 acts and a compare. I've never done what you've done.
I've done bits of that.
I've done the comedy place in London.
The store.
The comedy store in London.
Yeah.
I found that quite... Because they were all alternative then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm going back. I'd not
So when did you start? Do you know what year?
I've been doing this about 30 years.
Oh, 30 years.
Yeah. 1992.
92. So that's to be fair, the alternative scene was relatively established at that point, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Just,
but I just done the social clubs. And
you just went straight onto the social club.
So it was just a lady come to see us called Lynn Mayer.
Yeah.
And she, I married, that's her maiden name, Lynn Staunton, and she seen me in a club and a thingy competition for the Green or Whitleys, and she said, I don't know what to do with you because you're rough, but you're like a rough diamond. If we can try and polish it up and get an act together. And then everyone goes, how can you remember an hour? If you remember 6 subjects for 10 minutes,
that's an hour.
Got an hour.
Yeah.
I do an hour. Yeah.
I teach like a comedy course.
Yeah.
And when people say like how you remember stuff or stuff like that, there's loads of ways of doing when you say about that's 6 subjects for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I tell. I was like, well, think of a walk that you do all the time. Say you pass 5 landmarks. Yeah. Just attach a subject to each landmark. Yeah. And then just do that walk in your head as you're on stage, as you're doing your material. And then every landmark's a subject. And
I've had a lot of abuse off men while I've been on the stage. You know, like...
So have I.
No, I'm talking about I shouldn't be on there, you know.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
Well, that still exists now. There's like you see a woman come on the stage and you'll see an audience sort of... Oh, for fuck's sake.
You're a lesbian? No, but looking at you, I would be. You know, all that sort of stuff. And did
you find that hard to do when you first started?
No, I love it. I love it. Some fella was shouting to me once, drunk and just going, get off, you slag. I went, oh. I said, don't be saying things like that. You're turning me on where I come from. They call that foreplay. And he went, get off the stage, you big, fat, ugly, CUNT. And I went,
Christ. When was that?
With your eyesight, then.
1993.
No, that was
hot water.
Oh, no.
It was me. Echoing in the corner.
To the back.
I had to shave my beard off so she didn't know.
Do you want to do a podcast, man?
That is very me, though, isn't it? That's very me.
But I love it.
Yeah.
Is it to like prove them wrong as well? To like get that like I actually should be here, I deserve to be
here? I think a lot of the things when men go at women, they've either had splitting up from a bad relationship, can't deal with the woman having a career,
having a spotlight.
Yeah, and they're just like
it's like watching somebody more powerful as well. Like
that's what I mean, man, spotlight. Sort of
because as soon as you've got a microphone, you are the biggest voice in that room, and some men can't hear that from a woman.
Yeah, but as I say, you get people shouting, but I don't. I'll shot back at them and then I'll back away because at the end of the day, I've got the mic. and not everyone around here can hear what he's saying.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And I've said to this fella once, God, you're funny. Have you ever thought about becoming a comedian? I'll get you an agent, a travel agent, and then you can fuck off and annoy someone else.
Now he's the biggest actor in Lithuania.
Ew. No, but I don't mind being heckled, but it's when they're a knobhead and they won't shut up.
Yeah. There's levels to an heckle. If they heckle you, like just a little joke,
You get
fine,
a good
innit?
fella who'll go, one up for you, girl.
Yeah.
Come up and shake your hand. But there's some that really...
And the whole show, they just don't shut up, and then you're at security
Can't
have
let
to
it go, yeah.
I don't have security.
No, don't you?
No.
Oh, you hire me and Rob.
The venues, so
No,
the
because-
venues that you do never have security.
When I do Benetton, they don't know.
Do you still do Benetton? Yeah.
Yeah. To me, don't throw them out because they're paying for a drink.
Yeah, it's about wet sales.
Yeah.
If the business
Yeah.
makes money, they'll keep fucking having comedy. on.
Unless they're really,
That's not in ours.
you know,
It's-
where the man says, if you the man had knocked you out, I said, well, if I was a man, you'd be unconscious. I said, don't fuck with me because I can bleed for 3 days longer than you and live. So I've always got that thing to come
Yeah,
back.
just
But
that
I'm not
bite.
afraid of the audience.
Yeah, you can't
Never,
be.
ever be afraid of the audience.
Because then you've lost.
Well, the audience, like a
They
dog,
know,
they can
yeah,
smell
you
fear.
know it,
And if
yeah,
they
yeah.
smell fear,
Then they're at your throat.
You lose your
Yeah.
confidence. They know. They
Oh,
know.
yeah.
They lose the respect for you. Sort of
I've
thing.
never walked off.
I've been
I've stayed.
booed off.
No, I've walked off to the sound of my own feet, but I've never
Always
walked
done your
off.
time.
Yeah,
You know when you started. So when we started, just we all started together on the same nights, and
yeah.
so we all knew each other. When you started, was there a circuit of like, did you get to know other comedians quick or anything, or was it like a journey on your own?
It was a journey on my own, and it was dead funny because there was no such thing as sat-navs then. And you had a map.
With your glaucoma.
No, you had
The A roads.
I had a map, and then you'd have a piece of paper, you know, like a pad, and you pull up and you say, "Excuse me, do you know where such and such a club is?"
No.
Now you go down road, right? So you go DR road,
Yeah.
TR, because he goes right, and then go left. So you go, and then you go. He's got about 3 pages, and then you go. Now I'll tell you the quicker way to get there.
So was you never really with other comics then at all?
No,
So there's no like, it's like with us, there's a circuit. There's obviously the working circuit where the gigs are, but there's also a circuit of like, well, you could say support sort of thing, or like mates and stuff like that. Like if we're on nights home, we'll call another comedian to see how they got on their gigs sort of thing, because we all come up together. We all done the same nights coming up together sort of thing.
I've just done concert and Middlesbrough, and I'm doing another one up that way, and then they want me to do one in Cornwall where there are like comics as well.
Yeah.
You know
Where you
what I
doing
mean?
a concert?
Like, I'll show you on my phone after. Pitting something.
I did concert
Community
the other one.
centre.
That one, I don't know. I don't want a concert the other week. It's
In a
a
tent.
no. This is it's a cinema. That's also a theatre.
Oh, my name's Dottie.
Imagine Rob as a clown. That'd be amazing. Oh, what's that like
So,
clown
like-
who's a major? John
you
Wayne
haven't got-
Gacy. That's him. It looks like him.
Yeah. So you haven't got like when we start, we have sort of a class of like the comics that we started with. Like they're the people you come up with. You haven't got anything like that.
Like
then?
high school
No,
years.
I
innit?
know all the comics, but a lot of them have died now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like Mickey Finn.
Yeah, but did you know? That's what I mean. Well, did you get to know them from gigs? How are you getting to know other comics if you're sort of going to
don't.
gigs solo?
I don't.
Well, how did you end up knowing Mickey Finn and all people like
Oh,
that?
that's because like if I wasn't working, I'd go and see him.
Right.
And then we'd go to the gym, which was Terry Phillips' gym. So and they asked me to join the gym. So you got in with them like that, but you never got to see the act because you were working, they were working, they were here, they were there. And then I'd done a few theatre shows with them. I'd done Rita Soon Bob too with Mickey Finn.
Yeah.
It was amazing, Mickey Finn.
Yeah.
It was sad when he passed away.
I remember.
He was a master of time and Mickey Finn.
Yeah.
Would you so that sense of community then, was that just the case of you made that by going, Like, who else is a comic, and just getting in touch with them, because like
No, we never got in touch with them. Just sort of like, if you went to gym and you were a comic, but they had singers in the gym. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It was
So
a more cabaret world.
It was a cabaret world,
yeah.
and then every now and again, you just bumped into each other.
I just find that mad. That's like we had, like John Charles.
Yeah.
When he's on, it's like he doesn't know any other artists, or he didn't for ages. I think it must be mad, because when we started comedy, you knew loads of comedians, because you're all on the same night doing 10 minutes.
Well,
You're doing open mic stuff, so then you all get to know each other, sort of thing. So there's a community there straight away.
someone said the other day, she's dropped on the thing. She dropped all, what's his name? Mickey
Miller.
Mick Miller's act. I've never seen Mick Miller's act.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I've seen him do Sooty, but that was on a television programme when he went to Vegas and things like that. But I wouldn't know what Mick Miller's act was, other than Sooty.
Because with old school, like, it was a different world, so now we have to, write our own jokes and remember our own jokes. There was a period of time when there was jokes on a wall kind of thing, like 70s, 60s, where that was established, and then that's in the public view. So when people assume, like, of an old school act, you'll assume that the jokes are shared rather than stolen. But
Yeah, did you ever have a thing like that when you started? Was there
I done a joke once, and there was one piece, and when I come off, this fella come up and he went to me, I seen you on, I was on Bob Opportunity Knocks,
Yeah.
and he went, oh, I thought you were brilliant on that, kid. And he said, you done one of my acts, one of my jokes. I went, what joke? There was that many windows boarded up where I live. The window cleaner
I
comes
know
around
what
with the
sander,
sander. So I went, so who did you take it? He said, I bought that.
I bought it.
I said, good, you used to be able to buy
Yeah,
jokes.
it used to buy jokes
So
off
I
people.
said, who did you
Still
buy
don't
it
know,
at?
so-
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. £4 I paid for that. When it's £2, fuck off. There's no copyrights to jokes. And you have to think, before you know it, if someone's been to see you, they're doing but they can't do it like you. And you've got to think, well, if I've done that and
Yeah.
you're on and it's yours, you take it out.
It's a more personality-based world, like, where you just sit there
Yeah.
and, like,
Yeah.
we're like, proud because we can
So was there no,
write
like, yeah.
anecdotes, but because it was more of a personality-driven world, like, it's a completely different act. If you go and see Mick Miller, you're not watching... If you go see Mick Miller, you're watching Mick Miller do Mick Miller. You're watching...
Yeah.
If you watch Gary Skyner has a completely different cadence, beats, everything,
Yeah.
but their timing is impeccable. You're watching a performer, you're not watching a writer. We've sort of combined the two roles, and that's different. It's a completely different art form now.
Do you think you've got timing as a comic?
No,
Why?
because I didn't learn jokes, and also I'm shit. So,
No.
which does help.
The thing
You're not shit.
you're not shit. You don't think when you look like you're not thinking.
Yeah.
Timing, right, is you say something,
And you breathe.
have a cigarette, and that's your punchline.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how I look at my timing.
It's just beats, innit?
Right.
It's like music.
Right.
It's like a score. You
Yeah.
follow
But not
a
every
beat pattern.
joke follows the same timing.
But then you
Yeah,
learn
but-
your fucking act, Rob.
Yeah, but then
And then
you
the beats
don't
are
kn-
there.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But my act, I've got jokes that you drop
Yeah.
straight away. Like there is no pause. Like the joke comes in the fact that there is no pause there.
Yeah.
Maybe have a ciggy, see what it does to the joke.
No, I'm using a cigarette as an
yeah,
example.
bottle of water now.
Yeah.
No, if I go, my husband said, why don't you tell me when you're having an orgasm, you're never there? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My husband said, why don't you ever tell me when you're having an orgasm?
Boop.
You're never there.
Yeah, because the 3 beats gives the audience the time
Yeah.
to process.
It's like a dancer
What's coming?
needs to go
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's proper structured art.
Yeah.
What the old school used to do. Well, calling it old school.
It's not just old school. That's
But it's everything.
It
So
still
that's the
exists
same.
now.
Yeah.
Timing still exists now massively.
It's different because it's more of an anecdotal beat. It's beats and utterances.
I
now.
don't think so. I
He
think
speaks
you're
very
wrong.
fast. And you need to slow down.
Oh God, yeah, especially when I'm down
Because
south.
people are going, what's
What
he
the fuck's
saying?
Yeah,
he
people are still trying to
What's
work out
he-
his premise as he's getting.
You know, and you need to structure
The show.
yourself. And that's not being disrespectful to you. Please
No,
don't
of
think I'm
course.
being facetious or not. No, I'm not. But at the end of the day, it's like anyone can be funny, but if you get up and go, blah, 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 they'll go, what the fuck's wrong with him?
So in terms of jokes, when you're getting an act together,
Yeah.
what like was there no sort of rules then over like what jokes you, like your act was you and your personality sort of thing, and the jokes there wasn't like
there was no female comics,
right.
So I took a bit of that man's jokes, a bit of that man, and I had to sit and knit it together.
Yeah.
Like it was a woman saying, so I had to disregard some and bring back. I mean, but then as you get into the circuit and into it, you start picking stuff up from your own mind, you know, like...
Your own life then
your
comes
own life
apart.
comes into it. But at first it was hard because it was like, there was no women I could... My favourite comic is Phyllis Diller. She was the very first female stand-up comic. So she's my hero, you know what I mean? But I had nothing to compare myself to because they were all men.
Yeah.
There was no female comics when I started.
So have you started writing your own stuff now, or you sort of...
Yeah, the Queen and the EasyJet and the ships and the things like that. And, you know, me mate...
Different way of starting. Ages ago, wasn't it?
Yeah. Me mate, where she goes, I've gone on holiday. Where have you been? Scarborough. You know, and you think... So I'm now, because I'm so... I wish I could remember as well what I forgot. So now I'm going back in my mind going, oh, I remember saying that, remember saying that.
Yeah.
So, but I mean... It's yours is situations of your life, isn't it?
Yeah, mine
is like a...
Yours jokes.
And someone said to me, you never do the same act twice, but I do.
Yeah.
I just juggle it. Middle at the end at the middle.
Yeah, I get what you mean. When people say you never do the same act twice, I think that's more meant to be. You sort of... You everything changes with every audience, doesn't it? Your cadence, your pauses, your timings.
And it's like you're looking at a woman who's got 2 weeks to live, and... The walk, that was at me, and then the thing out of the pocket. No, you can't. I know you don't spell can't like that, but so all that I've able to, but it took me years to be able to put my own situations in.
So you sort of developed a skill.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, you say it took you years, is that from a, what's like an insecurity sort of thing of like, that's not what you did? So
exactly, you're right. But because I was in the working men's clubs, they want to see something, you know. Yeah. That's from them. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
They want to see jokes that their dad might say to them.
No, I understand completely.
And that's the audience. And now, if you go to a comedy club now, they want to see anecdotes about life because that was made famous in the 2000s. And late, so like when I started, I was watching, you know, Frankie Boyle, Lee Evans, and they were all alternative comedians in the 80s. They're the comedians that I watched in order to
you can take one word one of them have said and then develop it into your own situation.
You can develop a different bit. You can take influence.
Yeah, well, the way people take influence these days is like premises sort of thing. Like, oh, he's joked about this topic and the audience seemed to like it, so I'm going to write my own jokes about that topic sort of thing. And that's where like there's grey areas there now of where you're like, oh, is he sort of copy, like, you know, stealing sort of things. Like, he's not stole the jokes, but he has stole the thing that I was talking about sort of things. It can get frustrating in that sort of way. But then there's no topic off limit. Everyone's
you can't steal life.
No, but
you haven't spoke.
It's from South
What?
Love.
I'm just listening.
Oh, he's just listening.
I'm just thinking about you reading and writing. That's it. Yeah. When did you learn to read and write?
I learned to read and write when I was about. God, I must have been about 20 odd.
Same, I think.
26, yeah. I just couldn't.
You had to go back to school now, or just teach yourself, or what?
No, because if there was no frills now, I'd have been fucked. Because I knew what a tin of peas looked like because they had pictures of peas on. I knew what a loaf looked like. I knew what eggs looked like.
Yeah.
But when no frills come in, where it was just white and ripe, I'm like, what are we eating here? Is it mincemeat or chappy?
Did everyone know in your life that you couldn't read and write? Did you keep it to yourself?
No, because I covered it well.
So when did they just all assumed you could do it?
I lived on my own with kids, little kids.
So how old are you when you had your kids?
Well, I'm just on 16 and 21.
Right.
So you're young. It's even younger than me when I had mine. That's crazy.
But
and I'm a shagger.
the thing is, I didn't feel like I never done anything to learn to read. Do you know what I mean? If I wanted to see a bus, I knew I had to get to 12, so I could say that's 1 and 2, but where it was fucking going to, I didn't know. But I'd say, excuse me, what does that bus say? Where's that bus going? So you got away with it like that. You know what I mean?
It's exhausting though, isn't it?
Yeah, it
must
is.
have been knackered.
But your brain becomes the picture. When I went to school for the very first day at school, I remember getting taken into this big, massive cloakroom where all the kids put the coats on hangers, coat hooks, and I thought, how am I going to find my coat here? And they all had little pictures on, and mine was under the umbrella. So I always knew that my coat would be under the umbrella. So then your eyes become your ears.
So you sort of like association, innit?
Yeah, if I can see what it is, then I don't need my ears. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I think if you've not got one sort of, so I don't know what sense that is. It's not a sense, is it? But it's like a sort of sense.
Like you say with a blind man.
Yeah. And then I was very good at listening as well.
Yeah.
And it helped me to develop my memory. Because I had to remember all these things. Do you know what I mean?
All these clues, what things went.
So on next time Rob does a comedy course with all these new people, he'll go, Crissy Rock didn't know how to read all right, and that's how
go live in Japan for a year. Just learn that way.
Just
and I went to this. I love art. I love art, and I thought to myself, Linda LaPlante invited me to this place, and all these artists were there, and I used to go, wow, how do they know that's Monet? How do they know that's Degas? How do they know that's...
Turns out they could read the signature.
You can't read the signature. It was the styles of the way they painted.
Yeah, different brush stroke styles.
And then I thought to myself, well, there's millions of painters. And then I watched a film called Jose Carrera's The Moulin Rouge.
Yeah.
And I ended up learning every single thing you could learn about Toulouse-Lautrec. How his mum and dad were brothers, you know, cousins, his two nans were sisters, and he ended up breaking
How
his
did
leg.
you learn all that? With just documentaries and stuff?
No.
If you can't read all right, how did you learn?
I did learn to read.
Just so you could learn.
When I learned to read, I had to improve my word power, and my brain was like a sponge. I wanted to know all this knowledge, and the only way I could know is it's like dropping mercury on the floor. It's going everywhere.
Yeah.
So, who do I pick?
Right.
When did you come out to everyone that you couldn't read or write?
Coming out story.
When did you come out? When was your coming out story, Crissy?
She's a lesbian.
No, because obviously if you've got a kid at 16, you couldn't read and write till you're 20. You can't obviously read any books or do anything like that. So when did you go, I'm going to have to tell someone here because this is getting too much now?
When they give me a paper upside down, newspaper upside down.
Is that when you went?
What time's that film on? And the only Roman numeral I know is 8 because it was Henryville.
Henryville. He was a bit of a villain.
Right.
He was a bit of a villain. That makes sense, though. You know, if you're learning about Henry VIII,
but
to see him as a villain.
You know, you just see Henryville. So
he's murdered 2 of his wives, did? Well, 1 of them. Oh, 2 of them. Yeah, he beheaded 2. So yeah, Henryville. That makes more sense than the 8.
So and then it's hard to learn. And then I went to a school where they to learn to spell. Find the secret in secretary. Find the pie and peace. And then I'd like
find a pie and peace.
You know, phonetically like a kid. You know
phonics,
what I mean?
yeah, man.
Doing phonics.
I blew 2 speed spell checkers up when I was I can't spell, but someone said to me, get a thesaurus.
Thesaurus, yeah.
But sometimes if I couldn't
say
the word and put it on Google, it wouldn't give me it because I couldn't spell it.
Because why you'd spelt it. Yeah.
You know, they're like,
What's your favourite word?
Me, all of them.
All of them, that's three.
I love words. I really love words. And when I read now and I read a book and I go, oh my God, I wish I could write like that.
Do you want to know the word for the 64th of a musical note?
Go on.
Hemi-demi-semi-quaver. That's a stunning word, isn't it? Hemi-demi-semi-quaver. Rolls off the tongue perfectly.
Hemi-demi or hemi-semi?
Hemi-demi-semi. Quaver.
And I mean, look at
Spell
Oscar Wilde.
Yeah, it's just Hemi-demi-semi-and then quaver. Because obviously back in the day,
Q-U-A-V-E-R.
no, like when I was a kid, before the No Thrills came out, there was a picture of quavers on the packet, so I knew what a quaver was. So when I learned to read at the age of 4.
All right, fucking hell.
Is there any
this is
hyphens
fucking
in it?
showing off,
Are there
isn't it?
any hyphens in it or not?
No, it's just hemi-demi-semi-quaver. It's just a word, bro.
Sounds like it should be
I went
hyphenated,
on
that.
the Des O'Connor show and he went to me, how come you couldn't read or write till you was in your 20s, late 20s? He said, because the hospital wouldn't give me anything sharp.
With the
Late 20s?
Yeah,
You learn?
yeah.
just
So
been
is
through
it taking you 8 years?
No, I'm 66 now, 67 this year.
And it's not like it's took a 30 years.
No, but you
to
come
read.
out saying you couldn't read at 20.
No, I didn't tell anyone. I just didn't associate with anyone who ever bothered to ask me to go
It's
to
a
You
slow-
never told anyone you couldn't read?
No.
It's a slow process to learn anything. So obviously it's developing a skill, Simon. It's not like you wake up in the morning and go, I can fucking read.
I was in school, right? and
You're
they
talking
had-
about like it's a sexuality thing, like mum, dad, I'm a listener.
I was in school and we watched, well, then it was a projector.
Yeah.
And then the teacher went, right, Murray, what does that say on there? And it was the name of the film that we just watched. And I went, no. Well, what do you need to know? You've just watched it. What does it say? I said, I don't know. Pretending to be.
Yeah.
And I went,
Pretending you genuinely didn't know.
I said, look, it's your film. If you don't know what your film's called, don't be taking it out on me.
And that was the first heckle comeback.
Yeah.
It was
See, it might make you more creative.
Yeah, it was so hard, it does us. But it was, I never had no shame in not being
Knowing.
able to read, do you know what I mean? I'd never have no shame in saying, excuse me, what does that say? Can you, even to this day, if I get a script, I have got no shame whatsoever to say, what does that say? And then, what does it mean? Because if I don't
Character
know-
building.
I don't know what it says. If I don't know what it means, I can't remember it.
And then you can't convey it. in
I
whatever
pronounced
thing you're
sweating wrong when I in like year 5, and that really affected me. That was like, oh my god.
doing. Oh my God, you
Inhuman
middle
what?
class.
Well,
lad.
reading out loud in class, you have to read, didn't you? And they go around, go, right, Simon,
She
you
didn't.
read
She
the
told them to
page.
fuck off.
Oh, we
You
were
read
in
a page,
progress.
so I had to read, and I said sweeting, not sweating, and I was overwhelmed with embarrassment.
You should have been.
Our
You're a
teacher was
melon.
probably pissed. We were all in progress. You know
But those are
what I
the
mean?
good old days. I'd have loved to have drunk teachers.
No, he wasn't drunk.
My teachers were just boring, man.
He'd just say, right, I'm going out outside. I'll be 5 minutes.
Going
Just
for a little
before the
bit.
bell, he'd come back with all kicking.
Also, just on a completely back to the first 10 minutes. So self-harm, right?
Yeah,
Oh, here we go.
Is that,
You're
is,
chatting now.
is it relaxing?
it's soothing,
Is it?
comforting.
Have you ever been depressed, Simon?
Yeah, well, I reckon so, but I just
So
don't.
if you're depressed, I've been
Have you-
depressed quite a lot of my life.
Have you
then if wanna-
self-harmed?
Well, I've watched your act.
Drug addiction, self-harm.
Well, alcohol's a form.
Is
In
it?
a way,
It is, isn't it?
it's completely different to physical.
I don't think. I feel sorry for people who take drugs and can't come off them. I feel sorry for alcoholics.
Yeah.
I really do, because
Thank you.
I really do, because my husband was an alcoholic. 28 years I was with him, and there, by the grace of God, go any of us. And he wasn't even a horrible alcoholic. He was just a pathetic person who absolutely, in the end. But you see, people don't realise alcoholics don't drink for the taste. They drink for the effect.
Yeah.
Right, they drink for the effect.
Yeah.
You go into Asda, you've got no intentions. You're on a diet, or you can't eat bread. You go into Asda and you go, I've only come in for milk and a newspaper. Oh, smell that bread. Oh, that's lovely, that. I'll get one. Oh, I've got to get butter now. No, I've got to get... And before you know it, you've bought all the things. But the thing is, alcohol, the smell triggers a nerve in your brain.
Yeah.
You've
I
got a
nearly
nerve.
got one in the ship, and mate, she told me not to. She said, I'm not drinking, get a water.
Do you drink?
No,
No.
no,
Yeah,
Have you ever been a drinker or?
not really. I'm not a drinker because I've seen what drinking stuff. Where's that one drink you can't come back from? And that's the sad part. My husband, who's still
With us?
no, he's still an alcoholic, still drinks. But I was 28 years with him, and I couldn't cope with it in the end because all his problems become my problems.
Oh, yeah.
He drank because of me. He drank because Margaret Thatcher was in. He drank because it was us.
I'd drink because Margaret Thatcher was in. Like,
No, he just used it as an excuse. And the thing is, one drink's too many. What?
Right.
It does feel a bit close to home. Gone.
One is too many.
We're both.
So you don't think?
And 1,000's not enough.
Yeah, that's my saying.
That's
Yeah.
it,
And the thing is, when you make that conscious decision that you don't want to drink anymore, I hate the arseholes when you say, can I have a Coke or an orange juice or a lemonade?
And they call you a pussy.
And they go, shut up, I'm not buying you that. Be a man, have a drink. And they don't realise.
That can cost you work in this game, though.
yeah.
What's that? Oh,
If
yeah.
you don't drink, that can cost you work.
It is theory
Yeah.
because of the way our circuit works. We all work
Yeah.
together and stuff.
Yeah.
His theory is you've always got to be able to be a good pint.
You've got to have the capability to be it. If the other person's a drink, you've got to have the capability to
Say
go
you're
with them.
supporting a bigger actor or something like that. You can't be someone. You can't be someone that looks and goes, "Ugh, I'm not taking him with me because he's a shit pint.
I know, but also
Or
you
you won't
go,
have a
I don't
pint.
want to take him because he's an absolute pain in the arse when he's drunk.
Yeah, well, that's you.
That's you.
And I
though.
know, but
You-
I've seen you drunk.
We're-
I've had to
we're
look after
great
you
drunks.
but
drunk. Like,
I'm not.
plenty of
My
times.
my alcoholism has gone further now to the point where I don't really drink in public because I
It's
can't be
when-
And
bothered
that's
with
the
it.
worst thing to do.
When all
Yeah.
you do
That's
is
the
drink at home.
danger.
Yeah, man.
I want you to go and watch a film with Nicolas Cage called Leaving Las Vegas,
Right.
and you will
Oh,
cry.
yeah.
It's famous on this podcast.
Yeah,
Is it?
that's me.
That,
That's one
that
of
makes
our
me cry.
one of our patrons recommended it to us. Our patrons,
Yeah.
So what we got, this goes out public for free,
Yeah.
and then we release an episode behind the paywall, and the patrons pay for that.
Yeah.
And it's just them. It's them chatting to us and stuff like that. One of the things they do. One of them has done.
Yeah.
Has sent in that film.
Oh my God.
And said, "You need to watch this.
Right, yeah.
It's basically Simon."
Honest to God. My husband
It's
was the
Simon's
most
final days.
loveliest man in the world.
Yeah.
Right.
Until.
Well, he wasn't even a horrible drunk.
Well, everyone has to
Yeah.
be audible drunk,
He
you know.
wasn't a horrible drunk.
I'm
just-
not that
He
bad.
was a,
No,
was
but
a-
what I mean is like,
he was a
was
pain in
lovely.
the ass who pissed the bed and give me like, you know, like that.
Yeah, yeah. The ick.
And then he had to have an excuse to drink.
It
and
sort of
used
qualifies the
Yeah,
drink, doesn't
yeah.
it?
You see, you don't want to drink, but some nerve in your brain just goes, and you've got a little devil on your shoulder
It's
saying,
just-
don't tell them.
it's just,
Ah,
it's easy to project onto another person. That's what it is. Like you
yeah,
say,
I don't.
I'm bad for it. Like I say to him, you know what? I want to go to the gym. I want to be able to get healthier, but she wants me in the house. She makes me feel guilty. Like you know, you're projecting your own laziness or your own problems onto somebody else because it's easy.
If everyone
it's easy
drinks,
to do
it doesn't bother me. I don't smoke, and my friend smokes, and she smokes in my car. And she says, "Oh, Crissy," I say, "Fuck, I used to smoke.
Yeah.
Have a ciggy. What is your problem?"
and a ciggy won't make her a bellend.
No, but at the end of the day, you know, I know what it was like when I was in a car with some non-smoker. It was like making me sit there for 3 or 4 hours.
And you're waiting and you're
I'm
frustrated.
like, oh, I want a fag.
Yeah, and you want to snap the neck.
I'm not stopping.
So, was you with your husband when you were a comic?
Yeah,
Yeah. How does that affect?
him.
Well, yeah. No,
Half the time he
just
didn't fucking realise I'd gone.
doing shows and shit like that. Yeah.
He's already pissed the bed. He's asleep. He's out for the
more
count.
He dried out more times than washing. But the reason I had to leave
Yeah.
was I stopped being his wife. I was his mother. And I thought,
Yeah.
I'm not being married to to a son.
Yeah.
When that relationship role changes, that is the end. You can't, like,
No, but
raise a husband.
I went to Al-Anon, and that helped me to understand him. Then it worked with Jimmy Greaves, and he was brilliant. Jimmy Greaves' book, This One's on Me, he says, the dots come on the telly, dying for a drink, but I think I'll have one tomorrow. See, someone says to you, you are never, ever, ever going to drink again. You'll go, and it's forever. But if you say, try not to drink today.
Yeah, I've heard that a few times.
Yeah.
I'm not quitting. I'm just not. I'm
Yeah,
just not
one day at a time. I wrote my husband a letter when I left him. I tried to save a life today, a life that wasn't mine. I thought that I was helping you, not wanting you to die. I'd screamed and shouted at you, thinking it was right. But all the screaming did was cause us both to fight. So I'll let go with kindness now and hold my scornful tongue. Because I've been driven crazy and more crazy than you. You see, what happens is I was there and he was there. And he could never hit the rock bottom because
It was cushioned.
And then I had to learn to let go.
Yeah, to allow him to hit the floor.
And then I went to Al-Anon, and it took me nearly 2.5 years to take my first step in there, where everything, oh, don't have a drink, oh my God, don't. And then one day we were out, and I never said a word, and he was kicking me under the table. I went, what are you doing? He went, you, what's wrong with you? And I went, nothing. He said, is it because I got a drink? And for the first time, it never affected me. Because the minute he had one drink, I wouldn't see him have that drink. I would see what's going to happen next week.
Yeah.
When I'm picking the sick up.
Yeah.
I'm fucking, you know what I mean?
It's Rob with Simon.
And him shaking and
Yeah, the jitters.
malnutrition. They said he had malnutrition. I said, I've just spent friggin' £60 in acid.
Oh, is he thin? Did he lose weight?
Yeah,
Oh, he went through to the other side then. Good luck.
no, because he
Drank himself in.
Yeah.
He never
That's the
had
dream.
enough in his system to what it was. He'd rather drink than eat.
Yeah.
And the horriblest thing was, it has a knock effect on your body.
Yeah.
Your liver swells, and then your kidneys knacker up, and then everything else. Have you ever seen anyone alcoholic where they brought the liver through the mouth and died?
Oh God, no.
They cough it up.
He's still about, isn't he?
Still alive.
How old
but
is he?
Barely.
Right.
70. But he
Done
goes,
all right there.
no, he went in binges. And I used to think, oh my God, it's really been...
I used to have a mate like that.
Yeah.
Like,
And the reason he
Simon.
no, but I had a mate who didn't think he was an alkie because he could do 3 months not drinking.
Yeah, but
the
that
minute he
doesn't
had
count.
one, the minute he had one, that was in for 2 weeks then, and then that was.
And if that's
one
then
is too many
shared,
and 1,000's not enough. See, do you feel like you're on the...
Well, I know I've got the tools to stop now because there's a book called Alan Carr, How to Quit Alcohol. Have you ever listened to it? It's an audio book as well.
No.
So you can listen to that, and that it basically just tells you that it's a confidence trick. Alcohol, it's not actually.
Yeah, but you can't stop drinking for anyone other than yourself.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But eventually, I think I am getting a bit bored of it now.
Yeah, well, that's nice
Yeah.
to know that you... But the thing is, you've got to do it for yourself. You can't do it for anyone else. But when I watched Leaving Las Vegas, I absolutely sobbed because I was watching my husband.
Crissy, Simon, how long did it take you to watch Leaving Las Vegas?
5 hours.
Did you have to stop and start it and cry?
No, I was just drinking, so I never got to the
just
end
I
of
was
it.
going to get whiskey from the cupboard. So, like,
Literally what it was. And then he'd be on his phone.
it's this film
Be
meant
honest,
to be a
follow on
message
Instagram and-
about a bad thing that you do and I do. And instead of,
You still on the
watching it,
ale?
I take a week off every couple of weeks,
Right,
and I've stopped drinking daily to a level where I can actually deal with it. So now, if I'm gigging, I won't drink.
I've had a drink. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if I have a drink, because I've got no tolerance for a drink,
You're pissed.
yeah, I'm like say five.
You're a cheap date.
I don't. And then people go, I remember when you come with us and we were all bladdered. And I go,
I only had
I
Smirnoff.
just agree with them now because I know I wasn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, with your husband and stuff, then when you start doing comedy, when you start to get some success and stuff like that, does it affect you then? You were saying before you done the Desert Connor show, you done Opportunity Knocks.
Yeah. I had to leave it in the house.
You just left it. You were able to sort of switch off.
Because otherwise, I couldn't take him mentally with me. I had to draw the line.
Yeah.
That's why I go to work with no makeup on. Because I've gone to work as me.
Yeah.
And then once I get to that door, I don't exist. Crissy Rock.
Yeah.
She has got no husband, she's got no kids, she's got no this, she's got no that. She
That's a
doesn't
good
give
way
a
to
shit
live your
about
life.
this, she doesn't give a shit about that.
That's a good way, they say.
And then, because
just sort
then
of
I put the
switch.
mask on, and then I go home.
And then you're a wife, you're a mother.
Well, yeah.
You fill the role.
But I don't go to work. I'm just normal. But what happens is when I was
shocked by how normal you was when I met you on Thursday. I was a bit like, this just feels like someone's nan who feels made up to be here, sort of thing. I'm
very grateful for what's happened in my life. But to me, I go to work and I don't put makeup on because I'm just going as me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then when I get to the club and step over that line with the makeup on, then I'm Crissy Rock.
Right.
And Crissy Rock hasn't got a worry in the world, doesn't give a shit about anything in the world. I went to work the night my mother died.
Yeah.
My mum died 20 to 4 in the morning. And I got there and I felt like, I said, have you got a new watch? He went, you're 10 minutes late. I said, you're lucky I'm here. Look, my mother died at 20 to 4 this morning. Oh, I'm sorry, love. I said, don't be sorry. I said, because even if it didn't come, it's not going to make it come back to life.
That's a comic. That's a comic's mentality, I think.
Is it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I said, she's not going to come back to life just because.
Yeah, it's like it's the way.
Finding the sweetness and the negative.
She wouldn't have wanted me to.
Yeah, she'd want you to go out and have fun and live your dream.
Having fun.
Well, you're going to fucking work, but you're still, you know what I mean?
I was a job. Yeah.
Doing a gig's a lot more fun than just sat at home reminiscing.
How
about
have you found your
life.
successes in comedy? How did you take to them?
I don't look at it as successful. I just look at it as a job.
Yeah.
I don't say, you know.
But like, do you never look back? Have you ever felt imposter syndrome at all or anything like that?
I don't know what that means.
So imposter syndrome is like.
Here we go.
Like,
Merchant Taylors.
Well, it's like people get it when they think they shouldn't be there. They think they're undeserving of like the place you've been. It's like when you're on Benidorm or anything like that. Did you ever feel like, oh, I feel out of place amongst some of these people? Or
sometimes being an actress, I did, because they've gone to RADA or they've gone to drama school and they've wanted to be an actress. Where me, I was actually thrown in the deep end.
Yeah.
You just ended up being an actress. You were really good in Benidorm as well.
Lady Bird, you watched that?
I've heard you were phenomenal and I haven't seen it.
I got nominated for a nomination for an Oscar for that.
You got nominated for a nomination?
But they couldn't get the things round quick enough.
Yeah.
That's why
read them.
when did you see Samantha Morton when she got a BAFTA? And she gave this big speech and she said, and in the words of Crissy Rock, don't let the bastards grind you down.
I've never seen that, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
See, she'd done a thing once called Under the Skin, and I was the compere, and she was dressing up as a dead mother, and she had to sing this karaoke song, and all of a sudden she went, threw the mic down and walked off, and I thought that was part of the scene. Because I didn't have it lines.
You hadn't read it, obviously.
No, it wasn't I hadn't read it.
No,
That was like... and then I had cut. I thought, oh, she was in the toilet and I walked in. I said, you're all right, love? And she went, I'm not a singer. And I said, no, but aren't you a fabulous actress? Have you ever heard a karaoke singer? Sing? I said,
it sounded
just
me.
get out there, do the best you can. You're not like, you know, Patsy Cline or something like that, and don't let the bastards grind you down. Just get out. You're an actress.
Go out and act like a karaoke singer. And I do that every night at Woody's. You've just...
Yeah.
What are you doing in the day now?
Oh, in the day, I do nothing. I do literally nothing every day. I literally just sit at home all day reading a book. It's
the same book.
Great. Yeah. A book. I could read... Fucking hell, Rob. So what I do...
It's like the idea. It took you 10 years to read one book.
It hasn't took me 10 years to read it. I've read... Oh, whatever, Rob, you're a bellend.
See,
I'm trying to talk to Simon here, and you're rudely interrupting. Sorry about this, Crissy. He does it every time I'm on. This is my 5th time. And sorry, Simon.
It's all right, Adam. Don't worry about it. Go on. So, what are you doing in the days now? You reading a book?
Well, yeah. Basically, what I do is I have a show once a month at Hot Water.
Kids are in jail now, aren't they? They're in school now.
No, they're getting raised by a different father. I'm currently raising some other deadbeat.
Well, that's
you're.
So like pass the parcel.
No, honestly, that's what my life is. It's pass the parcel
Kids swap
with these children. So
who's a better?
Is mine are from St Helens, mate. So I've got this like 5-year-old
LBWA.
It's hard. I couldn't call myself a stepdad. I don't want to be, another child's father. I'll always be my kid's deadbeat dad. That is
and
what I am.
I mean, that's honourable. That's very honourable.
How's it honest?
What's your relationship with him like?
Oh, I knew this would happen. He'll listen to this. He's an absolute bally. And he does me head in.
Adam's views don't reflect that of another one's.
Yeah.
So like the kid.
Good for stepping up.
The kid is absolutely phenomenal. The kid's absolutely lovely.
So he's got one.
Gold. He's got one. Well, I've got his now. So he's got another one somewhere else.
Right.
This is what happens.
Yeah.
Young people.
Yeah.
Women these days.
Oh, don't be blaming the women.
No, I'm not blaming the women. I'll get on to the men, Robert.
Oh, sorry.
You're not married to Crissy,
what happens is they fall in love very quickly. They find a man, they have a baby, and because of female empowerment, they realise that they don't want to live with an alcoholic who pisses the bed, i.e. me. And then we get kicked off, and we live in the Adelphi, as discussed on previous shows. I lived in the Adelphi for 2 weeks. It was rough as fuck.
Oh, I'd give him 28 years. You know what I mean? A chance to stop.
Well, you're a good woman, Crissy. That's
exactly.
Go to the incontinent clinic.
So what happens then is...
Get a mattress protector. Try everything.
You can come back now.
What happens is now, women then get a replacement dad.
Yeah.
So I've ended up becoming this child's replacement dad.
Yeah.
And
is that what you want to call yourself? Not stepdad, replacement dad?
Replacement dad.
RP.
So that's what I am. I'm not a proper dad. I just buy her toys and hope she shuts up. But so my kids, they have my ex-partner Becky. She's now with a 6'4" gypsy from Blackpool, who's a professional boxer who would absolutely kick my head in. So he can have them. I'm not getting involved with that. I see them all the time, so I've got a regular, system. Yeah. So like a part-time, I go see.
So you're a replacement dad and a regular dad.
Yeah, but so's he. Yeah. So we're on a rota system now. So it's very complex. I thought I'd just have kids. I had a mortgage at 25. I was doing all right. I got kicked out of that for pissing on the couch every week. Mm-hmm. And now I'm in a much better headspace, and I'm with someone else's kid, and she's getting the attention that I wish that I had give to mine at an earlier age. Right. But the thing, and it's one of those, but like, my schedule now isn't dependent on, what I want to do, or my partner wants to do, or even what the kid wants to do. It's whatever my ex-partner's doing and whatever her ex-partner's doing. So we're dealing with exes from all sides here. So I'm there in the middle of this fucking concoction of knobheads. So, like, I was a knobhead, and I feel great. And he was a knobhead, and he's probably great somewhere else.
Yeah.
But...
So there's 3 dads.
No, genuinely, this is what I mean.
Have you seen that documentary on Netflix? Need to get on that.
What's that called?
Jerry Springer fight, lights, camera fight or something.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. So like, my lifestyle is now dictated by another man. So
can't go out Saturday. He's got a wedding, so you got the kid.
Exactly. So Wednesdays and Thursdays are his day to have his kids. But the issue is, he doesn't fucking turn up. Right. So then I get a phone call at 3:30 in the afternoon going, the kid's still in the school. So then I've got to waltz around, and I had a bigger beard. Yeah, sometimes, genuinely.
Well, you thought it was your day off?
Oh, the mum's in work. So then I've got to waltz around and pick up some other cunt, that kid. So I'm there.
He's saying all this while he's not at work. I'm
unemployed, so I've got to go, and it's great. So, like, if I have a date plan, so Thursday, I was going to watch a brilliant film. I wanted to take my bird on a date because I love her and I think she deserves,
for now.
I thought she was in work.
Oh, this is a
Thursday night.
No.
This is the day before Valentine's Day, Crissy. Yeah. I'm in love. I love her.
So,
oh, I know, yeah. Fuck off. So on Thursday, I'm there trying to, I'll take my bird. We'll go watch Bridget Jones About a Boy. I watched it on Saturday. It was fine. It was brilliant.
Was it?
Oh yeah, I love them knickers. So we went to watch Bridget Jones, but we meant to watch it on Thursday, but he couldn't, for some reason, pick her up on Thursday. So then we had her on Thursday. So then I missed out on Bridget Jones About a Boy. So then I came and met you, pissed. So this is what happens, right? I got pissed. It was an absolute prick.
You are the problem, Crissy.
Because I was very angry. Because
you're like a magnet for them, Chris.
I wanted to go
You're
watch
a magnet
Bridget
for
Jones.
drunks.
It's all I wanted to do was to watch Bridget Jones. And so then on the Friday, we ended up arranging it. So we sent the kids off. Not on a boat. It wasn't like we sent her to Cornwall.
This is your stepkid now that you sent off.
Yeah. So then, so we send her to a nan's. So I'll explain the moustache in a minute. So we send her to a nan's and we go and watch Bridget Jones About a Boy. And then today, this is awful. So today, I forgot it was half term, Crissy. It's half term. I'm riddled with half term guilt. So I got woke up this morning at 10 in the morning by a kid going, "Mummy!" I was like, oh my God, it's not half term. She's usually in school when I wake up for my first Canada day. So I'm about to go downstairs to have my Kestrel super.
You drink as soon as you get up in the morning?
Not all the time, I'm not Simon.
Well, that is a problem.
It is. So, this is a bigger problem. When
you start taking epileptic fits.
Oh, I love them. I go to bed easy. So I went to... So today,
I have one just before my first wank.
Oh God, I don't have a wank in the morning. I'm a well-kept
man. I meant your epileptic fit.
It's called a cerebral fit, actually.
yeah. A tonic clonic. Doing all that. It's great. No, that's what they're called when you're doing all this.
Can I get my coat there?
Oh, of course. I'll go and get it and I'll continue my bitch fest.
Come on, now.
Waiting.
There you go, my love. Thanks, I'll put it on for you.
I don't want it on.
You don't want it on? No. You want it like a blankie?
She bought props. I just want to vape.
Yeah. You want a vape? I'll get mine.
No.
You've got yours? You've been having yours?
I've got 3. I put my blazer on, nice and kosher.
So come on, you're half-term.
So anyway,
kids up
10 in the morning. I go, what are we doing?
Right.
What are we doing? She goes, I want to go soft play. I was like, no.
I don't mind. How old's the kid?
5. So I've got to go in.
No, you don't have to go in 5 anymore.
No, you've got to go in. I was on the slide and everything, Simon. I was going down loop-de-loops.
At 5?
Not 5. Yeah, not 5 p.m. 5.
Yeah, but that all stops at 3.5. 4.
I know, but I like the slide. I just want an excuse.
Okay,
the slide's good, Crissy. Go on the slide.
Yeah, it is good. So throw yourself between the foam rollers.
So we go there, and then she's got this 9-year-old cousin called. Well, I'm not naming kids. Yeah. She's a ginger bully. She's been bullying me all day. She was like, "You've got to get. I'm skint, you know that.
Yeah.
I don't work." So she was like, "Will you?" This 9-year-old was like, can we go charity shopping and buy her a stupid hat? I was like, yeah. But first of all, she said, you need an haircut. So I walk into the soft play, this 9-year-old I've never met in my life.
Because he's there.
You cheeky bitch. She stared at me and she went, you need an haircut. You look like a tramp.
And you got beard and massive hair and
massive, right. All of it. Old school
that's
Hughes.
Fair, that's fair.
And I was like, that's good. And I went, and he went, is it okay if we choose what you do with your beard? And I went, yeah, why not? And then there was 2 9-year-olds. And they had like a little meeting, like a conference.
Where's the second 9-year-old come from?
I don't know, they were playing. And he went, we want you to have a moustache. So I went, sad. He went, you're not going to do it. And I thought that I'd be winning this argument. I was going, I will have a moustache. They went, you won't. So I go to the barbers. I was only in Bellevale. I go to the barbers. And I go to the fella, can I just have a moustache, please?
Yeah.
He can't speak a lick of English, Kurdish. So he goes, moustache? And I'm like, yeah. So he sits there for the first 10 minutes trimming me moustache. Just leaving it. Big beard. And he's trimming me moustache. And he went, is that okay? And I went, can I have my hair cut? My beard's off. I said, can I just have a moustache?
Yeah.
And he went, yeah. So he ends up with this moustache. And I look in the mirror and go, oh my God, I look awful. I leave. No, I look quite sexy, I think. But that's what Crissy was telling me in the car. We'll keep that private.
I said you look lovely.
Oh, yeah. That's because she's a blue comic, but she's a self today. And so I went and got me haircut and I left and I went back to the you know, where they were, and then I had to go and buy them all toys, because for some reason that's my responsibility as replacement dad to buy every kid fucking toys. I'm like Santa Claus, but on crack. So we go to Morrison's. I
come to the right meeting.
I buy loads of Pokemon cards for myself, and then I go, you all have a budget of £2 each. They go, you can't. This kid looks at me and goes,
Pokemon cards you get? Any good ones?
Oh, no.
Any shinies?
No, absolute bollocks. And they stared at me, at this 9-year-old, went, I'm worth at least 4. And then they went, actually, we'll go to Home Bargain where we can actually get a bargain for £4. And I'm like, oh, this is great. So we walk from the Morrison's, which is like a 10-minute walk, to the Home Bargain. I've got the 2 kids holding me and like that, like I'm allowed to touch them.
The other 9-year-old's fucked off now.
Oh, yeah, he's at home. He's still on the slide. So we went to Home Bargain. And this 9-year-old...
Neither of these are your kids?
No. Okay. This 9-year-old picked this type of teddy bear. It's called the Fugly.
Right.
It's an ugly teddy bear. It's got teeth and a bumhole. Like, this teddy bear, it's got teeth, like full-on human teeth poking out. It's the ugliest teddy bear I've ever seen in my fucking life, Simon. Okay. And we go to the checkout, me and these 2 kids. I've got me bird's ex's kid. Fucking Superman. Yeah, you'll be back on. I'll get you some camels after. And fucking this kid goes to the cashier. Oh, do you know why I got this? Pointing at this ugly fucking teddy bear, this munter of a teddy bear, like Rob would have been a cuddlier bear. And she went, it's because it looks like him, and just pointed at me and walked off with like a sassy strut. And I'm like, oh,
that's
God.
funny. That's funny.
I was getting bullied all day, man.
How much was the bear?
£4. It was within budget.
She got a £4 then.
Yeah.
She got a £4.
You've got a budget when you're on the phone.
You're the apprentice.
You know what I mean? It's £5 an hour minimum wage, you know.
Getting grilled by the missus when you get home.
Oh wait, I'm now.
You got £1.50 over budget.
Oh, I'm gonna be in shit.
2 cans of Skull this week.
Oh, it was awful.
Right.
It was. Oh, what else happens?
When you wake up tomorrow, you've earned your Kestrel, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah. So then the little girl went, you need a hat for that look. We need to finish it. And I was like, do I? She went, I know I called you a knobhead before, but I reckon a hat.
I know I called you a knobhead.
Oh, finish it, she did. She's from Wavertree, mate. She's got a mouth on her. So we went. So I went to Sounds. I went, where do you reckon we can get a hat? She went, go back Morrison's. She was asking in Morrison's whether they sell top hats. They've never sold. I'm not having a nutmeg top hat. Yeah. Then I went...
It's nearly Easter, so you've got an Easter bunny.
A little bonnet.
Exactly.
A
little bonnet on the way home. So she went, we need to try the YM. This is a 9-year-old kid. We need to go to the YM. The YMCA. So we go back to Belle Vale.
Have they got a shop, have they?
Yeah, the YMCA charity is massive in the Belle Vale. By the way, I've been 3 times. I went at the start to buy sunglasses with a full beard. I go in an hour later to buy an hat with my moustache off. Are you the same fella? I've got a bright
the fuck's he been up to?
Exactly.
Different kids in his hand every time.
So then this 9-year-old points at this monstrosity and goes, you look gorgeous in that.
It's not bad, that.
So I put it on my head.
Yeah.
And I'm walking around Belle Vale. We go meet up with my bird and mum and my bird's mum.
You dressed your outfit like when you got the hat on?
I had me Darcel's Avon top on, piss stained trackies. Right. So then we go back there waiting in the Iceland. My bird's mum, she's in like a mobility scooter. She's in a mobility scooter like that. And I turn up. I've got, yeah, no, it's awful. I should write it down. We go to this. Like, we're outside the Iceland. I'm walking down with the 2 kids like that, hand in hand, and she turns around. She goes, "Oh my God, Adam, you look like a flaming homosexual. Oh my God, that's awful."
You look like someone who's dressed up as Taron Egerton. Who's dressed up as Elton John.
I got in a taxi on the way home before I got in another taxi to pick our lovely Crissy up here. Thanks for the pep talk. And he looked at the taxi driver, genuinely stared at me. And he went, what the fuck's that on your face, lad? And I went, to moustache. He went, yeah, but you look like Mario if he failed his plumbing NVQ. A taxi driver.
Roasting you.
He was Polish. I was getting bullied. I've crumbled all day. This is my respite.
Aww.
So what else you got planned for the rest of the week?
Oh, this week, I've got 2 gigs after tonight. Going to 2 open mics. Hey, yeah, that'll be rock and roll. Cabanas and round the corner, because my old gigs got took over by some open mic players. It's actually really good. Will Smith, well done on that.
Oh yeah.
And then I've got Nottingham until my hot water show on the 7th.
In the day, and Daddy Day caring.
When's your hot water show?
March 7th.
We've heard your award shows are going really well.
Yeah, I've sold everyone out.
That's what we've heard. Been very
Yeah.
successful.
Uh,
Where's your audience come from?
I've sold out shows for 8 years. You just haven't been there because you won't do me gigs.
That's where the audience come from. That's right.
Yeah, that's where they come from. They come from lovely shows like this that I'm allowed on every now and only this one. This is the only Scouse podcast that'll let me on to go and rant
Why?
because I'm a knobhead. Yeah, well, would you agree that I'm a knobhead?
He's an alcoholic. He's a replacement dad. While
I think you're funny. So I think you're just obviously a bit wild.
I
A bit too wild, a bit too out there. Do you know what I mean? But me and Crissy will start a
Don't go
podcast.
out there with that. That's on because
I'll be an OMG.
coming out.
Or have you ever seen the Cheeky Girls live, Crissy?
No.
Or seen them the other week and they were fabulous. I went to OMG, gay bar, 1:30 in the morning. He turns up. They were due on at 11. And they got a taxi from Harrogate to OMG Liverpool. And he sung the Cheeky song 17 times. And it was the best concert I've ever been to. You know, when you learn all the words with dancing.
They sang it 17 times.
Yeah, it's the only song we've ever got. They done
And
the
another one,
Christmas version.
the Christmas.
So they had
one, I like that
versions of it, you know what I mean? He sung it in Polish, Romanian, it was brilliant. So me
one. Have a
shows,
cheeky Christmas.
my shows have been going well
Yeah.
at Hotwater, and I'm,
So do you think you've got a cult following now? Do you reckon?
I've had a cult following for about 5 to 8 years.
Yeah, but cult following's been able to take
And
you.
well, a cult following in a venue that actually can
Like
advertise
the
properly.
Scouse version of Rhapsody Nesbitt.
Oh, I'll put that on my poster, Crissy
Yeah.
Rock. Might sell an extra 3. That'd be great.
So you're doing it once a month?
It's bi-monthly, but I've requested to go monthly because I've sold them out.
So it's back. So once every other month at the moment.
Well, there was only one with a 2-month break because I done November, then I done January, and then I done February, and now I've got March. So if I sell 3 out in a row, that
And
just proves you can do
what's
it.
the format to the show?
There isn't one. I just go on, chat shit, and let me mates who are better than me do it.
Right.
So that's like I just get 6 to 7 acts on who've never done a hot water weekend, probably will never.
Take advantage of them.
And yeah, basically, yeah. And then I pay me rent.
Fair.
And then I can spend the rest of my time texting Crissy Rock has got a number.
Oh, God. I wonder how you, Crissy.
I'll be blocked after this.
I know you won't.
Listen,
Oh, thanks, Queen.
she hasn't got a clue how to block anyone. you have to
How you block this cunt?
block yourself for us there, please, mate. Let's get. What do you reckon's your proudest achievement, Crissy? Before we go. In comedy, obviously, not getting rid of those business,
I don't know, really. I think
or show business. You know.
I loved the jungle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you were
When
in
I
that,
went in
weren't
the
you?
jungle, yeah. And I think when I won the Silver Bear,
What was the Silver Bear?
I won Best Actress in Berlin.
Oh, wow.
I won a Silver Bear, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, I've never been in a school play, so I was like, what?
Was that for that one you mentioned earlier?
Lady Bird, yeah.
I'm going to watch that when I get in.
Where can you find? Let me see. Let me see. If I can find.
Sometime, I think.
You were in the
It's free on
jungle?
Prime. And if it's not, it's like £4.
About 8 years ago.
Did you do any of the tasks?
Yeah.
Did you? What did you
I
have to do?
wouldn't jump out the air.
I did tell you to Google it before you come on.
What did you have to do?
Might be able to say something to me then.
He has like been proper
slept in a
autistic this
coffin for
entire...
Why? What's wrong with
I
that?
slept
He
in-
doesn't let me speak, so I just don't try.
I think you should
It's
try.
on Prime for £3.50. I'll be watching it tonight.
I was in a glass coffin for 7 hours
7 hours?
with a load of hundreds and thousands of beetles, mealworm, and everything.
Would you rather be in a
Yeah, but
glass
you-
coffin for 7 hours or deal with another man pissing the bed again?
Be in a glass coffin.
Because once you've dealt
It
with
is
one
when-
of me or Simon,
When they've settled, you see, they then go up. They only run all over you for
Initially.
seconds.
Yeah.
And then they settle down and then start going up the side of the glass.
that's absolutely crazy.
How did you find the jungle?
I loved it.
Did you?
The only thing I
peace.
didn't do was jump. Because when the helicopter opened, we had a pair of shorts on and a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And the downdraft and the updraft came together and sucked the old air out of the inside of the helicopter. You didn't know whether you were on fire or you were freezing to death. You've got Mark Wright dangling.
Mark Wright? I'd love to see him dangle.
On the back with a parachute going, I'm going to die. I thought, well, I'm not going to die with you today. I refused to jump.
Who was the most interesting celebrity on the show? Like, actually, like, to talk to?
Fatima Whitbread, she's still my friend.
Oh, is she Fatima Whitbread?
Love her.
Oh, you were on that season?
Yeah.
I remember that season. Yeah, I remember that.
The lad from Take That, McFly, he won.
Yeah.
Where'd you come?
I think 5th.
That's not bad going, that. So you were in the jungle
so
for
there
like...
was only me and Fatima, the last 2 women in.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Fatima Whitbread's cool.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
And she's so focused and so...
You find that with Olympians, though?
Yeah.
They're very, like you
Do you know a lot of them, do you?
Well, I've spoke to 1 or 2 Paralympians who are on the circuit who you have. Like, the fact that we have a friend who's really good with dancing horses.
Yeah.
But he's driven in that field.
What's he do with dancing horses?
He's a...
Not at the moment.
Fucks them.
No, oh my God, your first contribution. You've got, I'm sorry, I'm gonna call him out on this. You've got a legend of the comedy game here, possibly your most accomplished guest you've ever had on, and me, and you decide to talk about a disabled man shagging a horse. You are an embarrassment, young man.
Well, yeah, he has been on the podcast before and told he's wanked one off. Like.
Oh, don't. I would be sick.
But he was a silver medalist in the Paralympics for
Oh, God.
what's it called? What's
That's how Fatima Whitbread's ever wanked off a horse.
God, don't. I don't think she has.
No. Or a javelin.
No.
No, she's
But
cool.
her whole career ended with the throw of a javelin because this
Yeah, it pulled the muscle.
rotated muscle exploded.
Rotator cuff came off.
Yeah, it exploded.
She's one of the best ever.
She was absolutely devastated. It took her about 4 years to get better. And then
It would do though, wouldn't it? Like,
that stopped her
it's
career.
like one of us losing our voice. You know, like as an artist, like we're calling me an artist
get
a bit
more,
much,
like.
but you know, like yeah, but that's one fella.
You could do it fine on yours.
Oh God, oh yeah.
But she's
Oh,
fit
that's
as
actually
anything.
lovely.
She was
She is
on
gorgeous.
SAS, you know, and she's been on all kinds of... She's fit as anything, honestly. She's just gone up the halfway up to the first camp base of the Himalayas.
Yeah.
Yeah, for children she does, and she's wrote a kid's book. That's to get it.
Yeah, that'd be good. Do you reckon she'll get money off that book if you buy it?
Yeah.
So she will, but you won't
No, but she's... I did.
for a while.
For a while, but not in the extent where years ago you wrote a book and you got
Get
hundreds and
royalties for life.
thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's no money in books anymore unless you know J.K. Rowling and become Harry Potter or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's billions.
Have you got anything left that you want to do? Is there anything you think I'd like to knock that off before I can retire? Or
I'm not going to retire.
no, but you know what I mean. Before you die, I just didn't want to be so final.
Well, when you die, you die. I don't know. I'm not scared of dying because when I first started comedy, I died on my ass that many times. I said I was thinking of changing my name to Lazarus. But I don't know. I'm just happy going from job to job. Do you know what I mean? I've got no expectations or anything.
Have you got a dream still that you're yet to accomplish? Because I imagine, like, not wanting to be an actress and then having that career, you know, where you can actually find a different strings to your bow. I think that's interesting. You've done that.
I'd love to go on Emmerdale if it was.
Yeah, I'd love to see you on Emmerdale. I think we should
Posting a
have a
letter.
petition. I reckon you'd be good in Corrie. Like a Scouse barmaid in the Rover's Return.
I don't.
But more of an Emmerdale girl.
I'd like to do
She's an
Emmerdale.
Emmerdale.
I'd rather be an Emmerdale. I want to be like a Scouse cousin of the Dingle. That's my comedy dream. That's all I've ever wanted, to be an Emmerdale.
Yeah, no, I think, yeah.
I'd be a solid Dingle. I've got the life experience,
You and
pissing
Sam
on couches.
The wall pack.
That'd be great.
So Jamie's dreams to be the first mank in EastEnders, isn't it?
Yeah, but he'd be good in that. I'd be shit in EastEnders. Couldn't understand me. But with a load of Yorkshire people, I'd enjoy that. But I've done school plays, but I've never won a bear, whatever the fuck it was.
Silver Bear.
I never won a silver bear. I've never met a bear.
I won. What did I do? I won Silver Bear. I won Best Foreign Actress in Cataluna. I've won the Alf's Award But it doesn't.
Is this
to
all for
me,
Lady Bird Lady? Or
Yeah,
does it
it
for different
doesn't.
stuff?
It doesn't like go. Oh, you know what? I'm not.
I know, but it's
bothered.
cool, though, innit?
So do you ever look back? Do you ever look back on your career and think, like a proudest thing? Like you mentioned celebrities and stuff like. So not Lady Bird Lady. You think, oh, I'm dead glad I was happy I'd done that sort of thing, or like.
I'm happy I've done it. I wish.
Do you find it hard to ever look back and like?
I don't really.
Like when I say look back, like
The only
no,
thing.
it's like, do you ever find it hard to be proud of yourself
To me, it's
or to
just
enjoy
a job.
it?
I enjoy it. I never. People come up to me and go,
Yeah,
"Can I ever?" Of course you can. I'm just normal like you.
yeah,
I
yeah.
just got a different job. That's all.
Yeah, I know, but you worked
You
hard
know.
to get that job. It's
I
like,
know, but
not everyone can do
can't.
what we
It's
do.
the
you know
level
what I
that
mean?
you've done within that job.
I know, but you've got to
Which
keep
is
your feet
true.
in the ground. You know, I don't want to be going.
Because that's where we all end up anyway.
No,
innit?
I agree with that. You got to keep thinking, but I do think
Wow.
I think sometimes people can be too hard on
Lamborghini.
themselves and
Yeah.
not enjoy their own like or be like enjoy
I've
their own
made up with
success at
everything
times.
I've done.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Me, me regret is I never. I was always generous to family and friends and
Yeah.
that, so I never, fortune never come with fame
yeah,
because money doesn't bother me
yeah.
as
So
long as
you never got like the financial benefits of the success that you got within your
I would
world.
have if I'd have been
No, but you gave it all to
frugal.
your
A bit more
uncles, no?
frugal with it, yeah, a bit more tighter
if
with
it
it.
had been
I know,
tight.
but money's not worth anything at the end of the
No.
day. When you die, you're better
I
off
get-
helping people in need. Like all your charity work and
Yeah.
stuff that you were saying, the way you were passionate and talking
Says
about
with the
that.
£4 budget at home and bargain with the kids.
But that's because
Got
I'm,
free
not-
fucking vapes. And the kids have got a fork, but you know,
I'm the beneficiary of the charity work that she receives. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm a man, I struggle with mental health. She's, that
I've gone. I've taken more pleasure helping people out. I'm buying this and buying that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe how many houses I've furnished. I used to pay rent for a crash room. So if you were homeless and you were ill, you'd go in this room.
Yeah.
And
Should've
you
went there
stay
instead
there,
of
and
the
the doctor
Adelphi.
would come to the doctor. It's called a crash room, and the doctor would come in to see you, and you stayed there till you were better. But sometimes people take the mick.
well, that's what happens with life. Oh my God, I slept in a shopping trolley once. Shut up.
No, I put this man up once, and
Here we go.
he was phoning the ambulance all the time because he ever had whatever he took or whatever the drinks he never had, and causing loads of problems. And he phoned me up and he went, "Oh, Crissy, he's phoned the ambulance out 12 times and they're getting sick of it." And this was like 2:00 in the morning. So I went down and I had to drive for 45 minutes to this place. And I went in, he's sitting there swinging his legs off his tits on drink. And I said, "Keith, what's wrong?"
Keith.
"I've sort of fucking overdosed. I want an ambulance." I said, "Well, unfortunately, love, the ambulances are very busy tonight, so they'll come when they can. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay in the office tonight because if you die in the middle of the night, I can open the door to let the coroner in." "Where about?" I said, "And you know, if you're still alive in the morning, which I really hope you are, you open that wardrobe and get the thickest coat you've got in there and you're fucking out the door." I mean, "You can't talk to me like that." I said, "Yeah, I can, because people who come here want help.
Yeah,
And if you don't,
And if
like
you don't want help, go, but don't take the piss."
yeah.
And
Stop anyone else from
talk
getting
to
it.
me like that. But it's called tough love.
Yeah.
and also if you're in that space, like
Well, once we finish
You
the pod,
should
you can have a
respect.
word with Simon. See if we can
Yeah,
sort
it's
it out.
called tough love.
it's I've been homeless. Simon hasn't.
I've been
but
homeless. I've slept in my car for 4 months.
you have slept in shopping trolleys for days on end.
Right,
You chose to do that.
Let's say that
sort of.
homeless top drums for another pod. Adam, where can people find you?
At Hot Water, March the 7th, £7 a ticket. The cheapest tickets available at weekends at that com. That's the only reason I sell out. It's
And
cheap.
your social media.
Adam Hughes Comedy on Instagram. And the Adam Hughes La on TikTok. I've got 5 videos. It's awful.
Crissy, you haven't got social media established on Thursday.
Haven't I got social media?
I asked you on Thursday, you said you haven't even got
I don't
Wi-Fi.
know whether I have.
You told me earlier you deleted your TikTok.
No, I haven't deleted it. I don't go on it.
Oh, so she has TikTok.
Right.
And I've got Instagram, but I don't know how to use
Well,
it. So Jack does that. I've got my own personal Facebook. And
Yeah.
I've got YouTube. Is it YouTube?
YouTube. Yeah.
Well, I'll find Crissy, post it up.
Just type
find
in
where you can.
Crissy Rock
Is there
Instagram and it comes
Anything
up.
you'd like to promote? Any event, anything coming up you want to promote? Or
Well, I'm pleased to say that I'm back in the Hot Water Comedy Club doing my show where I talk about my life break, and that's in June. And then I'm back in September. I'm really pleased when they said they want you back in September. I was like,
oh, brilliant.
Proper buzzing.
Thank you very much.
was.
Shout out to the Patreon. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you, Crissy.
well, it's good because I've managed to meet all of you.
Oh,
Pleasure.
Adam, it is what it is every time. See you soon. Ta-da.
Ta ta ta.